Super. Chief Justice, thank you again for talking to us at Anchored in Law, an unembedded take on law, as our byline says. Now, I've asked you in the previous segment about what you consider to be something that loses you sleep in relation to the state of the judiciary. Can we take that a peg down and ask you, what about the judicial system makes you lose sleep at night, if anything?
I think you would have to be a bit more specific so that I address a specific issue. I'm concerned, as I said, that the court system is not functioning as well as it should. And what was our response? 13th of October 2012, I convened a meeting of all key role players in the justice system or the court system. That is magistrates, regional and district, judges, the organized profession, attorneys, advocates, road accident fund, public works, health, social development, police, correctional services, any institution that has a role to play in ensuring that the courts function well. And then I proposed, and we agreed, to set up the National Efficiency Enhancement Committee. And that is a structure, the National Prosecuting Authority is there as well, that helps us to identify bottlenecks to the efficient functioning of this machinery known as the court system or the justice system. And in that forum, we've been able to identify challenges relating to the police and any other role player, including public works with the infrastructure that is in a less than desirable state. A lot of progress has been made. We ultimately cascaded that structure to the provincial level, to the regional level, and district level. So at all these levels, we identify and propose solutions to the problem, monitor progress, and those that can't be resolved at the lower level are escalated to the national level, and that is where we seek to address them, just so that there can be some speed in prosecuting cases of whatever kind to finality. So that's one of the challenges that we have that we seek to address. I'm worried, for instance, that we are required to transform the judiciary at all levels. And people assume that there is a reluctance on the part of the leadership of the judiciary to transform the judiciary in such a way as to make sure that there is proper representation of the previously disadvantaged, and that women in particular also has an appropriate presence in the judiciary. But what people don't pay adequate attention to is what it would take to prepare that critical pool that is necessary for you to have the transformation agents that you need at every level of the court. You can't just appoint lawyers because they are black or they are women. We don't want to set up people for failure. We don't want to make a mockery of transformation and give something for those with an anti-transformation attitude to hold on to. Say, you see, this transformation doesn't work, it is failing. Therefore, we ought to speak out and work harder more than ever before to ensure that black people and women get quality work from government departments, from state-owned enterprises, and from the private sector. At some stage, I think I was almost like a lone ranger even those who stand to benefit a lot out of this project were not as audible as one would have expected them to be. I know that the executive say that the state attorney briefs many black practitioners. The statistics show that they also brief women. But here is the point, and I've been saying this to the previous Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, and I just repeated it to the new one. I said, no, you're looking at numbers. But when it comes to quality, when it comes to the Constitutional Court and the Supreme Court of Appeal, it is not unheard of that there can be as many as 17 advocates, different government departments involved, and they are all white practitioners. I'm not against white people, but I believe this country belongs to all of us, and it must show, particularly because black people and women move from a position of disadvantage. They never used to have a chance at getting this quality work that ought now to be available to all of us.
Yes.
You had your Ishmael Mohammed, Pius Langa, Museneke, Ngobo. They say not once were they briefed by a white firm. Now that should say to us there is either a conscious or subconscious prejudice against black people and women. And something needs to be done to alert our white compatriots, even the state, to their responsibility to ensure that transformation becomes a practical reality.
Is it really about alerting the state and private practitioners when there is a clear, it seems to me, having observed this for the last, I think, 25 years or 20 odd years since I joined the bar, rather than because there seems to be a reluctance. It's not so much, it seems to me, that the executives and the firms of attorneys are not aware that this is happening. They are aware that there are no moves afoot for proper transformation, but they seem reluctant to do it.
Yeah.
Now, what is, in your view, an appropriate, more efficacious intervention when the person you seek to persuade is aware of the problem but is reluctant to resolve it?
Well, when consequence management has been sidelined, you really can't expect any change to happen. There are many fathers out there who know that it is their inherent responsibility to maintain their children. They don't. And they will continue not to support or to maintain their children for as long as they are left to be comfortable in that space.
How do you create the discomfort to move them?
That's the point I'm getting to. You need more voices. You need more voices. Every opportunity we have to raise this issue, we must seize it and raise it. I mean, I seize almost every opportunity I have in my interaction with the business community to raise it. To say, you people are not contributing to the realization of the aspirations in the Constitution that you claim to support. You don't support women, you don't support black practitioners. I raise it. Imagine if every caring South African, every lawyer, every judge, every magistrate, your NADEL, your BLA, they don't just march once in their gowns. If there's a momentum that is maintained to make all those who are in the habit of insisting only on white counsel uncomfortable. So, but we have left them to be comfortable. That is why there will not be any change until we persistently raise the issue, not moderately, but as forcefully and as effectively as we need to.
Well, shall we then take this up in the next segment?
Sure.
It's a fascinating topic.
Sure.
Thank you, Chief Justice.
Thank you, sir.